Everything that's self-absorbed, everything that's about you, put it to the side.
Don't take nothing for granted.
And sacrifice everything you got for this football team.
Senior night, man. Hey, you know we had to take one home for the seniors. Good game tonight. Family on me, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family. Another day of day school, baby. 1-0 every week. Let's go.
Welcome back inside the Calvary Coaches Show, live from Trailer Park Pizza Party on Habersham Street. Our first guest this afternoon, wide receivers coach Jasen Cheatham. Coach, you're back in the hot seat for a second time this season. The excitement level when that phone call came in on Monday.
Listen, first off, it's an honor and a privilege to be here between both you gentlemen. I'm really thrilled to be here.
Yeah, well, Coach, now we're on the nearing the end of your first football season as a Cavalier. I mean, how's it been? What can you say this season has been like for you?
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I was just talking to both my sons about it this the other day, and I've never been happier. Like, I look forward every day to coming to school, teaching, practice. But for me, the biggest impact, obviously, is the kids, but it's the coaching staff. We have a coaching staff, and Coach made a point earlier in the season. He's like, man, I don't know how many games we're going to win, but, man, we have a good time coaching. Yeah. And it bleeds over to the kids. They see that. They understand that we all get along. They know that we have a watch party at Coach's house to watch our next opponent. And they see that we're friendly. We get along. We can get on each other. Mm-hmm. And I think it relates down to our team. And our team is like that. They have a good time. They're not overly too emotional, not all of them. But I think they get everything from us because the way we keep kind of calm, cool, and have a good time no matter what. Yeah. And it helps.
Well, your official title being wide receivers coach, but you know, Coach Cameron has said multiple times that the way you've matured this season, you've stepped into a larger special teams role with Coach Montague. How has your role developed, do you feel, from your point?
I love it. When you're a coach, first off, on this staff, we don't do egos. So if I'm asked to do something, I do it the best of my ability. And so Alex and I, we've always gotten along. We've known each other from the community, and we both kind of just collaborated together. He asked me to do something, I do it. He asked my opinion on it, which I do appreciate. And most of the time we kind of go with it. We work very well together, and we did a good job picking out what kids we can pluck in and out that fits what we want to do on special teams. So, and listen, it can't just be one guy. It's a team effort.
Coach Cameron, now to you, just this morning, Coach Cheatham talking about how this process got here. We talked of him getting onto campus. We talked about it when he was first on the show. I mean, when now you have these experiences with him, I mean, how grateful are you that this is the way it played out?
Oh, it's great, man. Like I said, our program got better when he joined it. He's a go-getter. I don't have to ask him to do much. I've looked back and it's getting done. For example, he's taken over our we wear Titan vests, and people don't. It tracks a bunch of data from our kids in practice. It's an awesome. It's given our kids a little extra push these last few weeks. But it's a lot of work. We have 60 of them or 50 of them, and so that's something that he's got to keep track of, just the vests and the sensors every single day. That's a task within itself. Recording all of that data and getting it on the computer and getting it to the kids. He posted on our band app. It gives something the kids, something attainable for them to reach for. They want to be the fastest. They want to have the biggest hit stick and things like that. So, for him taking that over, and it wasn't even like I asked him, he just kind of just ran with it. So, guys like him are invaluable, man.
Yeah. Well, the coaching staff as a whole, Coach Cameron, where do you feel that confidence level is right now when you give a coach an assignment? Obviously, he's the one sitting here between us, but kind of across the board, where are you as a coach when you kind of give them things to do and look at?
Well, you just know it's going to get done. You know what I'm saying? You hire coaches for a reason. I trust our coaches. I'm guys, I'm like 99% hands off with the defense. Like, I trust Coach Maros, I trust Coach Chumley, and I trust that defensive staff to put together the best game plan to have Calvary be successful. We gave up 49 points against Oceanside. I trust those guys. The game plan was phenomenal. Oceanside was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my point is, like, I'm definitely that kind of coach. I try to be a player's coach, but also try to be a coach that trusts his coaches. And he's right. It's a collaborative effort. Even when it comes to offense, we meet every Sunday and we sit there and we pump ideas off of each other. And again, there's been times where I'm like, that sounds really, really good. And we go with it. So, having a staff with no egos, having a staff that loves kids, and having a staff that works together, it's a blessing for me as a head football coach.
Coach Cheatham, who do you think you've learned the most from on this coaching staff this year?
Jeb Stewart.
He's a longtime head coach in this area.
Yeah, and I've known Jeb 6 years. Yeah. And I didn't realize how good of a coach he was. Him being in the box and giving us the looks we need I think is the biggest difference we have from when I've been around football, is that knowledge that much in the box. We trust him, trust what he says. He knows all the plays, and he knows freaking everyone in coaching. First off, he's the Georgia high school historian. So if you have a question, ask him. He'll have it within 15 seconds. But his knowledge is great, and he comes from a coaching family. His dad coached, 25, 30 years? And Jeff's the same way. And I just kind of run ideas by him, and he's just like, yeah, no. I just go with it.
Yeah.
Ask him a lot of questions. And obviously, Coach Chumley, I've learned a lot from him. And I'll be real honest. I didn't know how good Coach Cameron was. Like, honestly, like sitting there and listening to him. I watched him at Jenkins, sat back at Vidalia, did some good things there. But listen to the way he breaks down teams and what he sees, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm a crazy person, Tom. I'll text him on Saturdays like, are you seeing this thing I'm seeing? And so it's been fun. But, yeah, Jeb is the main one I've learned a lot from.
Where do you think you're hoping year over year you learn and you grow as coaches? Yeah. Coach Cameron, you're hoping to grow. And for you, Cheatham, you guys hope to be doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
This season, this group, what have they taught you from a player's standpoint?
For the receivers, I've been really impressed with our upperclassmen taking the young guys aside and basically teaching them how to play football the right way. A coach can yell and scream and do this, do that, but when your own peers come to you and say, hey, man, we don't do things like that around here. That, to me, kind of sets the tone of what we are. I think it was yesterday, maybe this morning in practice, Jalen and I think Chummy, even though Chummy is injured, they took over all the young receivers with James and worked on how to run some screens and whatnot.
Yeah.
And critiqued them and coached them up. And it's been like that every day. Heck, Jalen got my play sheet the other day and took the receivers and told them all the routes.
Yeah.
What we're looking at for the week. So when you have coaches as players, basically, I've been really impressed. It's the football IQ is the biggest thing for me.
From a talent standpoint, arguably the wide receiver room has dudes on this team. How, when you are putting together a game plan, does that make you look at it differently, knowing that your wide receiver room, every single one of them might be playing college football in a few years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy that just plays defense right now that could start for any team in Savannah at wide receiver, and that's the truth. And we got 4 young guys that they're going to be really, really good. It's because of the veterans that we have, and yeah, it's super. Like I told you, game the first time we were on here, I'm just trying to get in the way. Yeah, they're good, and they're very high football IQ kids, which is really good for us.
Yeah. All right. Well, for you, 21 days between games, how have you mentally handled it and tried to kind of instill what Coach Cameron and the program is hoping to when you're just trying to kind of stay even-keeled and stay flat ready for the game?
Well, the Titan vest helped a lot, if I'm being just blunt. We were a little concerned with it, with, the layoff and practicing. And since we brought them out, man, our intensity skyrocketed. But I don't think I was overly concerned because I know we're a player-led team, and they kind of got guys up. And I'm pretty laid back when it comes to, worrying and things like that. But I've been very impressed. It's the best practice team I've ever been around. I can't tell you how many times we've had like a bad practice. And you're going to have one, but I can't remember the last one we had one. They get after it, they listen, and efficiency helps.
To prepare for a team like Kings Ridge, I think you have to be a good practice team.
Yes.
How have you scouted the team you're seeing in a couple days?
Well, they do a couple of things differently defensively than we're used to in the region we play in. And just kind of taking each kid and letting them know what we're changing this week. It's little changes, subtle changes to what we think we can do completely to change what they do. I believe that but we broke this one down. The kids understand it. It's pretty simple, and it's things we've repped. We've had it change a lot.
Yeah.
We're not adding all this different stuff in. We're doing what we do.
Yeah.
And we think we can be really efficient with doing that. And we have the guys to do that as well.
Well, Coach Cheatham, appreciate you being on the Coaches Show again.
Appreciate you.
And good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
The Coaches Show rolls on when we come back. Dr. Hunter Chadwick, former head of school at Kingsridge, now, of course, with the Cavaliers. He joins us. Welcome back inside the Calvary Coaches Show, live from Trailer Park Pizza Party on Habersham Street. Calvary head of school, Dr. Hunter Chadwick, joins us now, but there's a little bit more of a personal tie this Friday for you, Dr. C. The place you came from, Kings Ridge, is coming to Savannah. When you saw that they were the winners, I'm sure you were kind of proud, but also a little excited.
Yeah, it is a special time. I do want to say one quick thing before I answer that question is you've got some fans of you guys that watch each and every week that I just found out about. So he'll be watching this show. He's not a Cav yet as far as at school. He's a 3-year-old. So Finn, I know you're at home watching. We want to say hello to you. Thanks for watching the show and making your whole family watch the show.
Finn, get on down to 63rd and Water.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's a special game. You know, I've gotten texts and phone calls right after the game and all week long of people who are coming from Kings Ridge to enjoy the game and enjoy Savannah and all that. So it is a special thing.
You're hoping to grow every step you take in your career. What did being at Kings Ridge teach you that prepared you for kind of taking it to the next level at Calvary?
Yeah, I got the chance to work for two really good people while I was there, as well as just work alongside some other people. But David Rose was the head of school while I was there. Lowry McCowan was the associate head of school while I was there. And Dr. Jeff Williams came and took over, and I learned a lot from both of those guys. And the main thing is just how to treat people. And so I've tried to model, you know, what we do at Calvary a lot after what those guys taught me.
Over the last 5-6 years that you've been involved here in Savannah, what do you think you're most proud of that when it does happen, you're like, man, that I kind of remembers back in the day a little bit. That's kind of ties back to where I was in Kings Ridge.
Yeah, you know, just raising the bar each and every day and people coming to me and saying, hey, I was glad to be back on campus and things look so much better. I feel like when Kings Ridgers came back, we were always adding something. We were a really new school at the time. So what they left behind, the legacy they left behind, we got to just improve it each and every time. And I feel like we've done that at Calvary over the last 5.5 years, is just taking a great foundation that was already there and revitalizing some things that needed, you know, just being updated, and then you know, just trying to execute things at a little bit higher level each and every year.
Yeah. Well, it's the reason we're tying in these two schools. It's for a football game on the field. Kings Ridge, the last 2 years have been the most successful in program history. They started football in 2008. Before last year, they'd only won 5 games 3 or 4 times. That's 8 wins the last 2 years. What do you remember from the athletic standpoint of Kings Ridge and the football team as it was still trying to grow, and what do you know about it now?
Yeah, so, you know, they have had success here. They have a really good coach that has taken over the program. I can't talk about Kings Ridge football without talking about Jeff Pickering, who's a great friend of mine. Is one of the reasons I went to Kings Ridge and started working there and worked alongside him. He started the program there. Believe it or not, he started 2 programs, and now he's starting his 3rd as a head of school in northern Georgia. But he started the football program there at Kings Ridge. They had seasons where they went 5-5 and stuff like that. He famously fired himself, and they hired Jimmy Chupp, who had been at GAC, and he was there for a couple of years. And then Jeff took back over as the head coach, and then they hired Terry Crowder, and they landed, you know, with the staff that they have today, which they do a really good job.
Well, triple option is what all the Calvary coaching staff is saying. What do you know about that style of offense? What are you looking to see on Friday?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. When I coached here in Savannah, ran the triple option, went to a school up in Atlanta, ran the triple option, went to go be the principal at Kings Ridge and out of football, and just did whatever they did. And then when Jimmy Chupp was hired, Jeff Pickering talked him into running the triple option, getting me to come back out and coach it, which was a lot of fun. And what's funny is that all the Kings Ridge people at the time really wanted to see them modernize what they were doing, and I understood, you know, why they wanted that. And so they did. They hired a new coach and they modernized that. I was back down here, and fast forward to I'm on my 6th year here, and they're on their 2nd year, I think, of their coach. And what does he do to make them successful? He runs the offense that they weren't all that in love with years ago. So
Does Coach Cameron know that he could give you a call, that you have inside information on this triple option and the expertise?
I had some Kings Ridge folks call me and say, well, are you going to go help the football team, this week? I said, listen, if the football team needs my help this week, we're in trouble.
Well, what have you seen from the Calvary football team this year? We'll get to the purple and gold. First-year head coach Jasen Cameron taking over for Mark Stroud. You knew there wasn't going to be a lapse, but to see what this group has done, how proud has it made you?
I think the expectation is always to win. I think winning a particular way and raising the bar from what he took over is tough. I mean, how do you take over for Nick Saban and raise the bar, And so he takes over from Mark Stroud. How do you raise the bar? He hasn't necessarily just raised the bar in what the expectation is on the field, but he's raised the bar across. I think what we have felt is what he's raised from an administrator or leadership standpoint, just seeing what he's raised the bar across the board and what he's doing on and off the field. It's a tough job at Calvary. Everybody expects you to win. I famously tell the story of us winning by 3 touchdowns against a crosstown rival and getting chewed out in the parking lot by a parent because they thought we should have won by more. And so it's a tough job. People expect you to not only win, but they want you to go deep in the playoffs, and nobody's satisfied unless you win the whole thing. And, only one team's going to win the whole thing, and there's only going to be, 6 or 7 of them, depending on how they carve up everything in Georgia high school. So I couldn't be more proud of taking over a young team. And I think at the end of the day, we'll get to look back and say, did Coach Cameron and his staff get every drop out of every kid? And that's what I really want to judge him about, not just wins and losses. Like, did you get everything out of them? And did you make them better people off the field? And I think we got a lot of proof of that already.
Well, we've heard him say it plenty of times that this is the best practice team he's been around. From a brotherhood standpoint, this may be the tightest team he's been around. To hear that from a player standpoint, that they feel what he's trying to do through physical, mental, and religious aspects, what is that? I mean, he's the kind of guy you want leading your program.
Yeah, I think what you're looking for is in an athletic program or a football program is somebody who buys into the mission of the school. And he hadn't been our head coach before. All we knew is what we knew, right? And so I think Jason's already proven, and all the guys on the staff, that we believe at Calvary that relationships win. And so if you put work with relationships, it's hard. It's really, really hard to beat that. And I think that's what he's proven with the football team is they put in a whole bunch of work, and then you put in working through that with relationships and building relationships. Kids will do whatever you ask them, and they've shown that. You come by on a Wednesday morning and see what's going on out there. You can see it in real life.
Well, it's going to be an exciting Friday night, 6:30 kick between Kings Ridge and Calvary Day. This time you'll be wearing the right purple.
That's right. That's right. It'll be a fun night.
Unless maybe you're going to get one of those split jerseys where one
side's
one side the other.
No. Listen, there'll be no doubt. I have a graduate from Kings Ridge in the family and kids who attended there, and I work there. But listen, they'll all be pulling for the right side on Friday night.
All right. Appreciate you, Dr. Steve, for making the time.
All right.
The Calvary Coaches Show. We're going to take a break, and we come back. We break down Kings Ridge and Calvary Day.
You know what this is. Come on. We got to keep stuffing it. That's how we fight. Hey, guys, on me, 1, 2, 3. Another team win, and we're going to go on to the next one, man. Back out next week.
We've earned the right here now. What we've done Monday through Thursday this week, we played great tonight.
Hey, it's going to go down. I'm telling you.
If we bounce back from the way that we played on Friday, it's going to be a problem for this night. But
Happy homecoming, Cavs. Another dub. We'll see y'all next week.
Well, just 2 days, a little more than 48 hours, and the Cavaliers and Tigers will be sharing the field at the Specialty Sports Complex. It's a 6:30 p.m. kick, moved up from the usual 7:30. Coach Cameron, you guys are 9-1, but now moving forward, it's just a 4-game season, and you see a Kings Ridge team. When you watch tape from them after their win against North Cobb Christian, what do you see?
Yeah, the better team won Friday. And I say this, maybe not individually. Like North Cobb had some great athletes, and they were a really good team also. But I think Kings Ridge is always true to who they are. They're a triple option football team. If you don't play assignment football, they could upset you. Which I don't even like I said, they were the higher seed. It wasn't an upset. They're a really good football team. They play hard. They were down at one point in the third quarter. 21-7, 20-7, and they could have collapsed. They could have rolled over, but their coaches got them playing really, really hard. Got them. They're always true to who they are, which I respect a ton. Like Coach Chumley said, it don't matter if you're up 100 or down 100, they're going to run the triple option. So it's an assignment based football, and we have our hands full Friday.
Kings Ridge, the 13 seed in the private bracket of the GHSA. They ended up winning 32-28, but they outscored NCC 25-14 in that second half for the come-from-behind single-score victory. You mentioned triple option. They're tried and true. You said, like, of all the teams we've played this season, this team, the way they run the triple option, they don't stray from it. What do you see when you watch on tape? Because that's assignment football and mental football.
Super disciplined. They're going to try to bleed the clock is what they do, I believe. They're a check with me system, so they kind of look at what you're in and they got an answer for it, which is, also scary as a coach, and I think we're schemed up really well, but at the end of the day, they're gonna break runs. That's what they're built for. We got to definitely stop the run and get them off the field. We can't let them bleed the clock on us. But and defensively, like I said, they play super hard. They tackle well. They play assignment football. They're not this intricate defensive scheme. They're just solid, and I think their coaching staff's doing a great job.
Offensively for Kings Ridge, they are very run heavy compared to you guys. It's spread. Right now, your defense has been really what's leading this team. You put up a lot of points, but that's 2 shutouts in the last 3 games for your defense. What about that side of the football and the assignment football makes you excited?
You got to be able to run the football and play good defense in the playoffs to win. That's in college. That's in the NFL. That's high-level high school football. And you want to be hitting your stride and coming in the playoffs on all facets of the game, but especially defense. And I think we've done that. We've continued to grind. Coach Myros, our DC, Coach Chumley, our whole defensive staff have really just continued to grind, and they've just gotten the most out of those guys, man. And they've continued. You want to progress. You don't want to just stay stagnant all season. And I think what you're watching is our defense progressing from scrimmage to game 11. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what you want to be doing. And I think that we'll play good defense on Friday.
Well, from the time the final horn sounded against Liberty County on Halloween to this Friday, it'll have been 21 days since the Cavaliers have played a football game. You said that in this time you're focusing on certain things a little bit more. You said special teams has been a big emphasis. You said players are going to be able to play on different sides of the ball. What about that are you excited for?
Yeah, 21 days. Like I said, we took some days off to heal, but at the end of the day, we were able to, prepare. We got Jay Varner some more offensive reps just in case. We looked at special teams and dissected them, self-scouted, and said, like, where do we need to improve? Or do we have the right guys out there? Things like that. And then, practicing different situational stuff, So it was, like I said, the 21 days looked kind of brutal, but I think we got the most out of them.
Yeah. Well, Coach, finally back to it in
Yes.
2 days. How does it feel to have a game at the end of this week?
Just excited. Our kids are excited. Our fans are excited. I'm sure it's going to be a packed house. I think a lot of people were ready for us to get back on the field. I'm ready for the Cav Walk. That always kind of just gets me jacked up. So again, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's 16, and hopefully at the end of it, we got to see the table at 8.
All right. It's for a spot in the Elite 8 in the GHSA private bracket. If you're coming out to the game at the Specialty Sports Complex, 5:30, the Cav Walk through the athletics facility, and then 6:30 kickoff between the Cavaliers and Tigers. For the head football coach of the Cavaliers, Jason Cameron, I am Jeffrey Roberts. We will be back here next week for the Calvary Coaches Show live from Trailer Park Pizza Party.